Would you look at that? We're on the north coast of New South Wales, and on this adventure I'm going to take you from the beach to the bush, and we'll even visit a sweet little brewery along the way. Now, this area of the north coast is just so special. It has so much to offer the four-wheel driver. Gorgeous nature, absolutely stunning views, and the tracks are to die for. It's just going to make you want to jump in your four-wheel drive, throw her in low and get into it.
And that's exactly what we've done. In this episode, I'll take you to the spot where my passion for four-wheel driving began.
The memories are all coming flooding back.
We share our top tips.
How cool is this?
For beach driving this summer.
It's these tidal water crossings that kill more four-wheel drives than any other.
And then we'll head to the bush. We'll show you a very special valley gorge.
Like, how do you own something like this?
Run some rivers.
I feel like I'm in a boat.
And take a crazy drive.
Absolutely chock-a-block full of whoop-de-doos.
To a tip-top destination. And with the help of some junior master chefs, a dessert damper you don't want to miss. Joining me on this beach to bush bash is my son Bill, who will be adding some fresh trails to his already impressive four-wheel drive resume. Bill is driving the blue Ford Everest Titanium Edition, jacked to the hilt on Outback Armour suspension and BF Goodrich rubber. I'm behind the wheel of a Ford Ranger Wild Track, wrapped front, back and underneath with ARB protection equipment. We'll start in northern New South Wales, driving the coast from Pebbly Beach to Sandon Beach. Then we turn inland with a stop at a craft brewery in Maclean, the gorge north of Grafton, and then some four-wheel drive in and around Buckarumby and Dalmorton, finishing at the spectacular Tommy's Rock Lookout. We set off on the dry and dusty Barkundjeri Way, north of Coffs Harbour. We're headed to the coast at Uragai National Park, but before we hit the sand, we air down to 18 psi on the front and back, and then it's onto the soft stuff.
Well, Billy boy, you haven't actually been to this spot before, have you?
No, I haven't. We've been up in this area before, but never been down here.
Oh mate, you are going to love it. This is one of my first solo four-wheel drive expeditions in a 1972 Land Rover Series 2A with your mum and sleeping in the back.
So what's it like? Are there dunes or is it just beach or?
Well, we shall meander through some beautiful sand dunes. Like, they're all vegetated, so it's nothing like a Stockton or anything like that. And then, come down to a beautiful beach. And then we've got a little saltwater crossing before you actually get to Pebbly.
The weather here can get wild very quickly, and behind us, a southerly change is blowing in fast. By the time we reach Station Creek, we're still a few hours from low tide, so Bill has waded out to check the depth. On the far side, the water almost reaches his waist.
As four-wheel drivers, we just love our creek crossings. They're just so much fun. But it's these tidal water crossings that kill more four-wheel drives than just about any other, because we expect them to be shallow, and then that tide comes up and it will literally engulf your four-wheel drive and you will suck water into your engine, and she ain't going to start after that. The engine will actually hydraulic lock. Not a good thing. This is one that gets them. There's another one on Fraser Island called Awinya Creek, also Eli Creek on occasion, and there's another cracker over in Western Australia just south of Exmouth. I reckon this one might be alright though.
And with the green light from Bill and that storm almost upon us, we dip our tyres into Station Creek.
So I've actually put the vehicle in low range. The reason I do that is because I want to make sure that I've got plenty of torque on tap if I do get a little bit of resistance here, or if I happen to lose a bit of traction. Now, this is a nice firm crossing, but it is still sandy, so you still are going to benefit from those low tyre pressures. Now I'm getting up to the deeper hole just here. Nose is going down a wee bit, and that's where I want that little bit of torque. But we are really coming out the other side now, and that was an absolutely fine crossing. Too easy.
There's a sturdy timber landing on the other side, up and over, and we've arrived along with the rain and the wind at Pebbly Beach. Even in these stormy conditions, it's an absolutely amazing place. As secluded as Pebbly Beach is, it's still incredibly popular with four-wheel drivers, so if you want to stay the night, it's important to book well ahead. Heading back across Station Creek and then onto the beach, I'm still thinking about the first trip all those years ago.
This is really the first place that I went proper recreational four-wheel driving, not on the farm anymore. And you come in here, you drive this beautiful little sand track, and then you pop out on the most gorgeous beach, and then you've got to actually do a water crossing. And before, when I did it, there was no wooden ladder up this dune. You actually had to drive it. I had to put the old landing into first gear low range and grind my way up. And when I popped up on there, I was so chuffed. I just could not believe that my four-wheel drive had taken me here. And then you're camping on one of the most gorgeous beaches in Australia. And I knew from there that I had to do a whole lot more of this.
Next, how to make the most of driving on the sand.
My next tip is to not fight the steering wheel when you're on sand.
With our top tips for beach driving this summer. A short, slippery track has Bill on edge.
This is so freaky.
Making a splash in a gorgeous gorge.
It reminds me a lot of Kakadu, but it's Kakadu without the crocs.
And with the help of some mini master chefs,
I'll pour it in. No, I'll
a decadent damper you won't want to miss.